What's up, everyone? It's your boy TJ Shoemaker here, back again with another episode of the Are You Relevant Talk Show. Ladies and gentlemen, you see the title, you see the thumbnail. Let's get straight into it. Before we start this video, I do want to quickly thank and shout out Blake Maddox for giving me this video idea, this video suggestion. It was an amazing suggestion, and I think it's very important that we talk about this specific person. And I also do want to give credit to a YouTube channel that helped me with the information that I'm going to use for this video. So shout out and credits to the Dark Side of Roblox Wrestling. Amazing channel. If they still do videos, go check them out. They're amazing. But ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Zetherno. If you've been in the role wrestling community a while, you know who Zetherno is. He is a role wrestler that had a controversial career, and he has multiple allegations against him. He faked his death by saying he was going to, or by apparently killing himself, but he didn't kill himself. He also has allegations against him that he's a cheater and he steals people's attires. He's a racist and he is a very, very toxic person. And so I'm going to put a picture of his render up on the screen so you guys can see who exactly I'm talking about if you need a visual reference. So here you go. There's a picture of Zetherno. As you can see by his face, he has like a cocky look, and looks like that cockiness got up to him because, ladies and gentlemen, the rise of Zetherno was definitely a roller coaster because he wasn't the greatest road wrestler. In fact, he wasn't even that good, and I believe that that is the huge reason why he decided to cheat, because he wasn't that good. That's typically what happens when role wrestlers aren't good or anyone isn't good at any game. They start to cheat or use something that enhances their skills. So I also want to put a picture up on his Twitter as of right now. He goes by King Z, and I want to read his bio. It says, "A king may wear the crown, but brutal." He also goes by this name. Brutal Zetherno wields the power. Now, of course, he doesn't wield any power, because if he did, he wouldn't get on here and fake his death and cheat and steal attires. I don't think any king would do that. But ladies and gentlemen, the first thing that we are going to talk about is Zetherno himself. Now, he's a cocky little feller who decided to enter Row Wrestling. I don't know what specific year, but he came to Row Wrestling, and like I said, it was a bumpy ride. It was a roller coaster. He won some matches, he lost some matches. He was widely known for the controversies around his career. He wasn't necessarily known for his accolades or his accomplishments because he didn't really have many. And so the first thing I want to talk about is him attempting to fake it. Actually, he did fake his death. He said he killed him, or he said that someone on the Twitter, whoever was managing his Twitter at the time, said that he was dead. And a lot of people ran with it. A lot of people believed it. Then, literally 2 days afterwards, he came on, made a tweet saying that he's going to explain everything with a troll image. And yeah, that's how that came to be. So in 2021, he faked his death. And then you had some feds out there that would pay tribute to him. For example, I'm going to put a screenshot from AZE Wrestling. This was in 2021, October 19th, posted at 6:42 p.m. I don't know if this fed is still up or not, but it reads, I'm going to put it on the screen for you. "We were informed earlier today that Zetherno, the first world champion for AZE Wrestling, has passed away." Then says, "We can't share any more details as we know very little outside of what we've been told by friends. But we hope everyone respects the privacy of his family at this time." Blah, blah, blah. It's the regular, "oh, he's dead, pay respects," blah, 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 blah. But literally 2 days after after the tweet was posted that he was dead or whatever, he came on and literally said that it was that he faked it and all of these different things, right? And that's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And he said that the reason that he did it was because he wanted to see if his friends would care. And he lied that his girlfriend was the one tweeting for him. So he faked his death just to see that his friends really care. Kind of sad if you think about it. That you have to go to that extent to truly see if your friends really your friends. Kind of makes you wonder, who do you have in your circle? Who do you have in your friend group? Yeah, the person that stabs you in the back, it's not about getting stabbed in the back. It's about turning around to see who's the one that stabbed you in the back. But nevertheless, that was his apparent reason for doing it. That does not excuse for what he did, ladies and gentlemen. And so, like I said, he had a bunch of allegations that he was racist. People said that he sounded Caucasian, whatever. I'm not here to predict his race or anything like that, but there are screenshots of him saying the N-word. There's also screenshots of him being extremely toxic and just overall a jack off. He's just a jack off. Anyways, folks, um, there was a bunch of pro wrestlers who said they were done with Zetherno. They said that what he did was just absolutely, this is it. I'm done. Fuck you, your mama. I don't want nothing to deal with you. And then there was also some pro wrestlers who, I'm gonna put the screenshots so you guys can see everything. But there was also some pro wrestlers out there who said they was gonna give him a second chance. Now I don't know who would give someone of this severity a second chance after what they just did. But hey, I am no one to judge. That's up to God. I'm not a God. I'll leave that to the Almighty. But anyway, there was a tweet posted January 21, and this was from Zeph's Twitter, and it reads about the suicide situation. He says, I don't like speaking on it, but it was a dark time in my life. It says, most of you thought it was a troll, but I was actually going through depression at a young age. He says, didn't get much attention at home, which led to faking my death. He actually said, which led to fake my death. So clearly he's grammatically incorrect, but I'm not here to be a teacher. I'm here to assess the facts. And the facts is we don't know what's happening at home with people, especially these teenagers and these young children, these young adults. We don't know what's happening at home. So you can't necessarily give Zeph the full blame. However, I'm not excusing him for what he did. What he did is absolutely insane. And yeah, but you don't know what people are going through. So please don't get on this app sending death threats and making fun of people's parents. That's not cool, dude. It is 2026. Grow up and actually be a man. Or if you're a woman, be a woman. Just stop bullying people. I like it. You're too old to be bullying people and to be talking down on people. You don't know what people got going on. Just leave them alone. Just leave them alone. Stop messing with people all the time. That's why you don't got friends now, because you bully everyone. Anyway, he returned in 2025, apparently, because there are also allegations that it wasn't him that returned in 2025, that it was actually some guy named Punctured Taylor. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm just telling you what I know. Okay. And so, yeah, that's the whole faking of death part. That's not all. Not only did he fake his death, but Zetherno also had a bunch of arguments with a variety of pro wrestlers. But one of those pro wrestlers is also the co-host of the Are You Relevant podcast, Miggy Raijin. And this happened a couple years ago in 2021. And there is a tweet that Miggy posted about Zetherno, because apparently Zetherno said that Miggy stole an attire from someone and he stole one of his attires. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. And that is also something that I'm not about to dig into. That's between them two and the good Lord above. Anyway, Miggy tweeted this. This was January 2023. January 25, 2023. Jesus Christ. There you go. And he reads, this is the final tweet I'm going to make about Zetherno. It says, number one, that Darren Axon attire, Darren Axon is a pro wrestler, isn't stolen. I got it made by Jada all the way back in 2023. It says, when I asked for something like Darren's, but she happened. What? It says, when I asked for something like Darren's, but she happened to make it hella similar, but I haven't even touched that attire in months. So that's basically Miggy explaining himself in this whole situation, right? Zeph, which is why he responded to this in the first place, went into Miggy's DMs and he sent a picture of this attire, which looks pretty cool. I wouldn't wear it. It's not my style. It's black for black people, I suppose. Anyway, you got it's a nice attire, whatever. Anyway, He went into Miggy's DMs. He said thanks. Then he said afterwards at 10:16 a.m. Jesus Christ. If you're up at 10:16 a.m. talking about Pro Wrestling, you need to do something with your life. But Zeph said, by the way, maybe you shouldn't take people's attires while they're gone. And this wouldn't have happened to you. You took my old attire and my friend Darren Axon's attire. Don't cry now that your shit is gone, bitch ass nigga. Sorry for those children out there that are watching this video, but I speak the truth and nothing but it. And that's what Zeph said. And yeah, that's that's something for you, isn't it? And so anyway, he came back to the community. He stole even more tires. He did his thing with that. Zeph is just not the Zeph is. I want to talk about this as we wrap the video up. But Zeph is a prime example of what not to do in pro wrestling. He had a lot of stuff going on. He said he was depressed. He said he didn't get much attention at home. It happens. There's tons of children that don't get enough attention at home that kill themselves. They actually do kill themselves. So it does happen. I'm not saying that wasn't true. I'm just saying that it's not an excusable reason to do what he did. And lastly, of course, he's alleged to be a cheater. Now, do I believe he's a cheater? I mean, there are clips that I've personally seen that shows him cheating and that shows him obviously using some form of mechanic or a script or whatever to make him do things that are not normal, if that makes sense. So I'm going to put a clip up so you guys can see. This is from Metal, posted by Ninja Fire, so shout out to you. Anyways, it is a 6-second clip, and it basically shows you Zeph cheating. And so Zeph is going to be in the red. He also goes by King Z, and he's fighting some guy named Abyssful. And as you can see, Zeph has lower health, and just all of a sudden, he apparently just kills the guy, just kills Abyssful. That's kind of crazy. I've been in pro wrestling, what am I saying? I've been in the pro wrestling community for quite a while now. That's not something that's happened normally. I mean, of course, you can clutch and you can do all of these different things, but something like that to happen of that caliber typically doesn't happen often. And when it does happen often, it's a little bit fishy when it does happen. Ladies and gentlemen, before we end this video, I do want to just say this. There are going to be times in life where you get so successful, you get where you want to be in life, you do what you want to do in life, where your dreams, your visions, and your thoughts become a reality. They become a lifestyle that you live. And all the things that you ever wanted, you get. And you're going to be so successful, so wealthy that the greed and the power and the influence and the popularity and the relevance gets to your head. And it feeds your ego, and it makes your confidence turn into cockiness. And you become this different person. You become a monster. There's also times in life where things aren't going to go our way. And so we can't control the uncontrollable. And some of us tend to think that we can do godly things. Men cannot do godly things. That's why there is a God. I used to be a youth preacher, so I'm dropping some gems on y'all. Anyway, do not let your past dictate your future, is basically what I want to say. Zeph is a prime example of what not to do in pro wrestling. We know that. But he's also a prime life example. He let influences get to him, which led to ultimately him cheating. Now, of course, what happened with him when he was a young child and how he didn't get enough attention could also be a huge role that plays into him faking his death. It's not an excusable role, but it does play a role. And I want people to realize that when you have something of that magnitude that's happening in your life, don't take it out on no one else. And I know that's hard to say and it's hard to do, but don't take it out on anyone else, because you don't know what other people are going through. You don't. There's no reason for you to talk about them, bully them, talk about their parents, wish death on them, dogs them, whatever. There's no reason for you to do that. We're older than that. We're bigger than that. It's 2026. Be mature, get some money, and stop being childish. Okay, okay. I think we all can do that. Can you do that for me? Please tell me you can. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, Zetherno, if you do see this video, if you don't, I don't care. I want to talk to you personally. What you did is unacceptable, unforgivable. But I do understand that sometimes in life things happen and we can't control it, and we just want a escape route or a coping mechanism. So, brother, rest easy. Oh, well, you're not dead, but you know what I mean. Have a good life. I wish you the best. May God give you blessings on your journey. But ladies and gentlemen, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm TJ Shoemaker signing off, and I'll see you boys on the next one. But peace out.